Hello and welcome to Dial C for Cricfit. We are here with another preview, and this time it's Rajasthan Royals taking on the Punjab Kings. The name sounds new to us because they have changed their name. They were Kings in Punjab. They have now become Punjab Kings this season. And when we talk about Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings, there's one match we will always remember forever in the history of the IPL. How can we not remember Rahul Tewatia's magic the other day at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium after having not been able to score a single boundary in his first 17 deliveries? Rahul Tewatia in the 16th or 17th over of the innings hit 5 sixes to Sheldon Cottrell in 1 over. 5 sixes at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium and won Rajasthan the match from an absolutely impossible situation. The dugout, the fans, everyone had no hopes from Rahul Tewatia. We saw tweets coming in here and there that, why would Rajasthan Royals send Rahul Tewatia? They've made a big mistake. They have done this, they have done that. But then Rahul Tewatia was like, I'll show you what it is. And that's what he did. He hit 5 sixes, won them the match. And it was Jofra Archer with his finishing skills as well in the back end of the match. And in the end, we saw Rajasthan Royals winning that match in Sharjah against the Kings 11 Punjab. But today, Rajasthan Royals are facing the Punjab Kings. So two different teams, we could say, but no, there is no Sheldon Cottrell for today. But Punjab Kings have made a lot of new additions, like they obviously do every season. Punjab Kings has done a big thing this season, and that is that they have retained their coach for the very first time. They have retained Anil Kumble, and as a fan of Anil Kumble, as a fan of the IPL, I was a bit surprised to see that. Okay, Punjab Kings also retain coaches. Otherwise, for last 12 seasons, we saw 12 different coaches coming in, and that was the matter here. There was no consistency. Even the Punjab Kings side, if you look at ever since 2008, there's not a single player who has, consistently played for them. You had Sean Marsh for the Kings and Punjab, but other than that, there was literally no one. I don't recall any player. Like there was Yuvraj Singh in 2008. There was Sean Marsh who played from 2008 to 2018, and after that, no, there's no one. I cannot recall. But now Punjab Kings under KL Rahul, we know what sort of a side it is. They have Chris Gayle, they have Nicholas Puran, they have Mayank Agarwal, they have Deepak Hooda, and this time in the auctions they have got some pace battery in as well. Here they have got someone like Jai Richardson. They had someone like Chris Jordan last year as well. And this season, they have Jai Richardson. They have two leggies in the side. They have Ravi Bishnoi. They have Murugan Ashwin. So it is going to be an exciting affair. And before we start discussing, I would just like to tell all our viewers, those who have tuned into Dial C for Cricfit, I have posted a link in the comment section. Do hit that link and you can join us and discuss with us about today's game here. We will be here together. हम साथ में प्रीव्यू करेंगे क्या बातें होनी चाहिए, क्या नहीं, पंजाब किंग्स को क्या करना चाहिए, राजस्थान रॉयल्स के साथ क्या गलत हो सकता है, सब चीजें हम डिस्कस करेंगे यहाँ पे. So kindly hit that link and I'll surely take you in. But before moving forward, the toss is yet to happen. We have gone early today this time for the live because we see a lot of good response coming in every day, and because of that we lack time. If we start at 7, so today we said that no, we'll start early. We'll have a few guests coming in, and let's see what we have here. So the matches between Punjab Kings and Rajasthan Royals, talking about both sides, they look good on paper. Obviously, there are some negatives in both sides. The Punjab Kings side don't have a quality all-rounder. They have Moises Henriques, but then other than that, they don't really have a quality all-rounder who they could bat in at 6 or 7. They don't have someone like a Hardik Pandya or an Andre Russell. And at the same time, Rajasthan Royals are missing a key player from this side, a key element, I would say, and that is Jofra Archer, who has done well for them. So he was done well for them since last 2 years. So that pace battery of Jofra Archer is going to be terribly missed by the Rajasthan Royals side here. So we'll have to see how Rajasthan Royals cope up, because they also paid a huge sum of more than 16 crores for Chris Morris. So we'll have to see how Chris Morris fares as well. Then there's Shivam Dubey coming in. Shivam Dubey previously played for the RCB, has played for India at number 3 in T20s. We know how an exciting player he is. So today, I just saw him getting the cap from Josh Butler. So it is almost certain that Shivam Dubey is playing today, but we'll have to see the other options both teams can explore here. But before moving forward, I'd like to welcome our two guests who have joined in here. And first of all, Yagnik. Hello, Yagnik. How are you? Yagnik, I cannot hear you. Can you check?
We are able to hear.
Yes. Now I can. Yep. Okay, and we will also welcome Kanak. Hello, Kanak.
Hi.
Yep.
I can't hear you.
Yes, we are not able to hear.
Now,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Now it's okay.
did I say my entire speech on mute?
No. You
No,
you just aren't clear.
Oh, okay. I almost got a heart attack here. But yeah, Yagnik, you are a Rajasthan Royals fan or a Punjab Kings fan?
I am here Punjab King fan.
Punjab Kings, and why do you like Punjab Kings? Like any
Because
special player you like?
bowling also we are having very good, and batting
Yeah,
lineup is also some of them. But middle order
yeah.
is not good.
Yeah, so that's what I spoke. Punjab Kings are lacking that all rounder at number 6 or 7. They have Shah Rukh Khan, who they have picked this season, but I don't see other than Shah Rukh Khan is someone who balls two different varieties. In Ranji Trophy, he balls off spin, and when it comes to Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, he balls medium pace. So we are not really sure how effective a bowler can Shah Rukh Khan be here. So we will have to see even that aspect of Punjab Kings here. That if they're playing Shah
Here,
Rukh Khan as a all-rounder, how valuable he can be here. Yeah, Kanak, you're saying something.
I don't think Shah Rukh Khan is going to make his IPL debut today. As of
Okay.
seeing the Punjab Kings squad, I think they'd go with Chris Jordan and Jay Richardson because we know how expensive Richardson is. So I don't think Shah Rukh Khan is going to get a chance today. Let's hope he gets it in the playoffs if Punjab Kings qualify, or even
Yeah.
further in the tournament.
Yeah. So the toss is all set to take place. We'll wait for the toss of what really happens with the toss here. But Kanak, if we were to look at the probable playing 11 of someone like a Punjab Kings, okay, we'll start off with Punjab Kings here. And as I'm looking at the Punjab Kings jersey, it is an absolute replica of the Royal Challengers Bangalore jersey at the moment. So yeah, so Punjab Kings probably playing 11. So this is what I feel Punjab Kings could go with. They would
Here,
open.
yeah, my God.
Yes,
Yeah, you're able to hear me, yeah?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
my.
Yeah. So Punjab Kings probably playing 11. According to me, they would go with KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal as their openers. Then they would have Mayank. They would have Chris Gayle, Nicholas Puran,
May
Deepak
will
Hooda in the
be
middle order, and then they would have Shah Rukh Khan, Moises Hendricks to finish off things. And then in the bowling department, they would have Murugan Ashwin, Mohammad Shami, Riley Meredith, who was paid a hefty sum despite not being a cap player. So even I'm excited to watch Riley Meredith here. And there's obviously Ravi Bishnoi. So Anil Kumble being the coach of the side and being a leg spinner himself, he always fancies playing two leg spinners in the side. And last year we saw that happening with the Punjab Kings side. They played two leg spinners, on a trot for like 6-7 games before they explored other options. But with this, I would like to welcome our editor, Mikhail Vaswani here. Hello, sir.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Hi,
good
sir.
evening, sir.
Hi, good to
So,
see you all. Good match
yeah,
today, RR and PKBS. I'm so not used to
yes.
PKBS. I'm so not used to PKBS. I'm still in KXIP mode.
Yeah. So the news from the center is that Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and they have elected to ball first here. The match is happening at the Wankhede Stadium. The first match also happened at the Wankhede Stadium. No, the second match happened at the Wankhede Stadium where Delhi Capitals went against the Chennai Super Kings. And we saw what happened in that match there. The Delhi Capitals, I think they chased down the target. Kanak, if I'm not wrong, Delhi Capitals were chasing in that game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did,
So
and
and
11 watched to spare.
11 balls to spare. So yes, so again they have Rajasthan have chosen to ball first because obviously chasing is something the teams playing at Wankhede prefer. So we'll see how this thing goes here. We'll wait for the team sheets. But Mikhail sir, thoughts on the toss here? Sanju Samson debuting as a captain today for the Rajasthan Royals side.
Good enough for Samson. He has some good minds around him. Ben
Yeah,
Stokes, Josh Butler. He has great minds in the dugout, which will help
yeah,
him. And he's earned it. Let's admit it. He's earned it. Sanju
yeah,
Samson. Right? He spent
yeah,
enough time with Rajasthan in the IPL. He's got an India cap. There comes a stage in everybody's life where you wait for moments like this. I just feel,
yeah,
what's it with winning the toss and bowling first? All the teams have done that so far, right? In the matches played.
yeah, yeah.
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 And
It's
yesterday
just
was the only time. Yesterday was the only time when the team chasing did not win.
oh,
So
is it?
that is, yeah.
I've
So in
always
this,
been I've always been a very conventional cricketer. When I played cricket, win toss, bat first. I didn't know what is condition, what is anything. Play safe, runs banao और इनको defend कर दो.
yes.
Hmm.
So we spoke about Sanju Samson, the captain, coming into the side, but there's also one more addition Rajasthan Royals have made for this season, and that is Kumara
Wow.
Sangakkara, who is the director of cricket operations for Rajasthan Royals. A good change coming in here. Kanak, what do you make of Sangakkara as a coach here?
Here we all know he's how experienced he is, and
Yeah,
Sanju Samson being getting the debut for captaincy in the IPL. I think he'll have a good season as a captain, and I am really looking forward for Rajasthan Royals to go in the playoffs this time because they
yeah,
have made a few changes in the auction, and I think they deserve to go because last few seasons they were on the cliff of going, and due to some reasons because of Ben Stokes leaving before the playoffs and all that sort of things, they couldn't go. But I think this season they are quite capable of going to the playoffs and the semifinals.
yeah. So I'm still waiting for the playing 11s. I've still not received any of the sides playing 11s, but it is almost certain that Punjab Kings will be opening with KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal, with Chris Gale
Maybe
coming
they
down
will
at
open
three.
with Chris Gale because other side they are not having a good lineup of bowling.
So you think
No,
that
here
Punjab Kings will open with Chris Gale?
Yes.
Okay,
here when I see
yeah,
when I see Rajasthan's bowling, they have
yeah,
Kartik Tyagi, they have Mustafikur Rahman, and they have Shreyas Gopal. Chris Morris is there, a new addition, the
yeah,
highest bidder. So I think they have a pretty good lineup here, but waiting for the team sheets to be officially announced so we can know what is the playing eleven and what will be the bowling attack.
So
yeah.
Morris, Stokes, Butler, and Mustafizur are the overseas players, right?
Yes, I've just got them here. Morris, Stokes,
Yeah.
Butler, Mustafizur. Almost
And
certain. Mikhail sir, you have got this right today. You said that you'll fancy a left armor, and you have got something today.
no, but then I backtracked on it. I said if Jaydev Unadkat is bowling, then I'll not take in a Mustafizur Rahman. I'll go in with Andrew Ty last
Yeah,
night. But taking a look at KX, PKBS as well, Richardson, Gail Pooran, and Meredith. They are the
yeah.
four overseas players.
PKBS. Okay, this is so inconvenient to even pronounce, saying PKBS. We are so used to KXIP that, yeah. So we have Riley Meredith, Jai Richardson, Chris Gale, Nicholas Pooran. So, Mikhail sir, would you open with Chris Gale today, or would you go with KL and Mayank?
I'll open with Chris Gale because if runs can come through Chris Gale's bat, it's only the first 6 overs. He's not a
Yeah,
good runner
Yeah.
between the wickets. He's a hesitant runner. He's a reluctant single runner. So basically, all he needs is to blast off in the first 6 overs. And if he gets going, then the remaining overs is a big bonus. So open with Chris Gale and let him just go hammer and tongs. As simple as that. I hope you'll
yeah.
agree with me.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Chris Gale is at his best when he opens. Otherwise, him coming one down, then he takes. Last season, what happened was Chris Gale batted at three. We saw him, he walked in, then he took 1 2 overs to get set, and then he started his hitting, which is something not so Chris Gale like. So even I would prefer opening with Chris Gale. Yagnik and Kanank, what do you think? Open with Chris
I
Gale?
say Chris Gale should open.
I think
Who should open?
my I
Yagnik,
think
can
I
you?
Open with Mayank and Chris Gale. Put Rahul at
Okay.
number 3. Put Rahul at number 3.
Number
I would
three.
look at it
Okay.
that way.
So
That is also a good choice.
I would take Mayank and KL Rahul up the order because KL Rahul is a frequent opener. So I think
Okay.
it would be a good idea to get Mayank up the order and give them some time because Mayank has had a quite off season with the Indian team. So I think giving him a boost and taking him up the order would be a really great chance. And Chris Gale coming in at 3, we always have that experience. So I think
Yep.
if Mayank gets a boost here, he'll get going.
Yep.
No, that's a fair enough thought as well, Kanak. It'll be interesting to see now. We all have our own openers slotted in the place. But if I have to look at this lineup of Kings 11 Punjab now, KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Chris Gale, Nicholas Puran, Deepak Hooda. Deepak Hooda showed a lot of promise once upon a time. Something about him has faded away. He's on proving grounds right now. I guess if he does not perform, this could well be his last IPL as well. I don't want to sound too judgmental, but Deepak Hooda has been in the circuit for a while, but has not made a splash. Shah Rukh Khan is somebody I really want to watch. I've heard a lot about him. Jai Richardson, Murugan Ashwin again, the mystery spinner, the leg spinner. But how much of an impact has he made through IPLs? I'm not too sure. Riley Meredith bought for a good amount. He'll be again somebody I would want to watch. Mohammad Shami is, I will say, the main bowling man for them. And Arshdeep Singh. You think it's a balanced side, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it would be interesting how Chris Gale goes with Richardson because we know how tall he is and Chris Gale being the super player here. So it would be interesting what line and length does Richardson ball in the power play to Chris Gale if he opens.
Right, for Rajasthan, it's Josh Butler and Manan Vora. Manan Vora has faded away, right?
Yeah,
He made quite a
not
splash for Punjab once upon a time.
2015 was a really great season for him, but he's not been consistent enough. Let's see how RR
Kanak,
has shown.
there is another point as well. People say you're not, but whether you're handled also properly is very important. I was reading somewhere that selection is not about picking a player at the right time. Also, it's not about dropping the player at the right time, but also picking the player at the right time, or rather picking the player and dropping the player at the right time. Manan
Yeah.
Vora has been handled well, I feel.
Yeah, I think Dhoni's captaincy, we see he's been backing his players all throughout the season. So 13 years of IPL, and he's gone with Jadeja for sure. So leaving the 2 years where he played for Gujarat Lions, leaving that he's gone with his main players. He's not dropped them. So he's backing them if at all they have a bad season. So we see here Shane Watson. Sorry, my bad. So we see Shane Watson here. The 2018 final, he played brilliant now, but he had a quite off season. So here we see how he backs player, and that gives the player quite a few confidence to go and express themselves.
Now, going by this batting order, it looks like Butler will open with Vora, and then you have Stokes and Samson, Rian
Yeah.
Parag.
But they
Robin
have
Parag.
announced that Stokes will open with Butler.
You feel Stokes will open with Butler? I just feel it'll weaken that middle order a lot. It'll expose that middle order.
So
You
you
need
know who
someone-
announced this? So you know who announced this? That Ben Stokes is going to open with Josh Butler.
Yeah, of course.
It was Ian Morgan who announced this.
Yes.
So team news has been leaked through the England setup. Yeah. So I think Butler, just wanted to throw in a surprise. He told Ian Morgan, we are going with this. But now we are seeing something else here. Butler is opening with Vora and Ben Stokes at 3 and Sanju Samson at 4. And this yeah, Kanak, go ahead, please. Yep.
I think Sanju Samson should come at number 3 because captaining the first time, I think he should get in a few balls and then let's see how his mindset works with the captaincy and with his batting because we know how destructive he can be up the order. So I think he should come in at number 3, get himself settled, and then go around the ballers.
Yeah, if we look at this lineup here, there is someone like a Chetan Sakaria. Okay, he's a left-arm pacer. I think he plays for Rajasthan in the Ranji Trophy. He was paid close to 5 or 6 crores in the IPL auction. One of the most expensive uncapped players in this season as well.
He's playing for Gujarat.
I'm not really sure about his state. Is it Rajasthan or is it Gujarat?
Gujarat, 90% it is Gujarat.
Gujarat. Then yeah. So my bad. Yeah, he must be from Gujarat. So they have paid an hefty sum and they are playing him as well here. We are seeing Chris Morris coming into the picture. There is so much to talk about. We have Shivam Dubey to finish off things. Rian Parag has done the finishing job for them last season. Then obviously Rahul Tewatia. We cannot forget this man's name. Do whatever you want in life. Don't forget
Here,
Rahul Tewatia.
And that was also against Punjab only.
Yes, against Punjab, and it will be interesting to see if Punjab are in a similar position today, and if Rahul Tewatia does something of that sorts again. But going forward, we'll take a look at Punjab Kings lineup here. So Punjab Kings are opening with KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Chris Gale at 3, Nicholas Puran at 4. Mikhail sir, Deepak Huda, a controversy struck with him a couple of months back. He had a argument with Krunal Pandya during the Vijay Hazare Trophy, and Deepak Huda just left the bio bubble and he went back. And after that, Baroda Cricket Association suspended Deepak Huda from any cricket for next 1 year. So is there going to be any sort of impact on his game here today? If there is anything like that?
I don't know about the impact, but he should learn from that incident and become a better player in terms of conduct and discipline. There are going to be altercations, but if you can't handle yourself on the field, like Navjot Singh Sidhu walking midway through the tour after having a fight with Mohammad Azharuddin, these are bad examples. You will not earn a good reputation. I just feel whatever happens on the field stays on the field. You should not take it out of it.
Yeah.
He needs to now come back and say that Huda not playing for Baroda 1 year will be a loss for Baroda cricket through his performances.
Yeah.
And he'll have to earn it back only through performances. He should consider this as a very, very good moment, as a very good opening and opportunity, and consider this as that moment in his life where he needs to resurrect his career and bring in longevity in his cricketing game. Longevity, I say, play longer IPL, play longer for your association, and aim for a T20 berth, at least for India. We've seen miracles happen through performances in IPL. And that's why I strongly believe one good IPL season and you are in the selectors' radar, at least in the T20 format.
Yeah, and if you look at Punjab Kings bowling attack here, they have gone in with Mohammad Shami, they have Arshdeep Singh, the left-arm pacer, they have Riley Meredith, and for spin, they only have Murugan Ashwin. They have not picked Ravi Bishnoi because they are playing in Mumbai, and they have gone in with an extra pacer, that is Jai Richardson. So they're playing just one spin bowler here, but you have Deepak Hooda and Sarfaraz Khan who do ball, good off spin here. So is the spin bowling gonna hurt Punjab Kings here?
I don't know about spin bowling, but I'm excited to see Sarfaraz Khan, and I would want him to bat after Nicholas Puran before Deepak Hooda. Sarfaraz Khan is in supreme form. Supreme.
Yeah.
Much like a Prithvi Shaw has had to face a lot of criticism about his discipline, weight issues, fitness issues, Sarfaraz Khan has been in a parallel as well in his cricketing career. And the last season, he proved that he can if he takes cricket seriously. So all these boys are improving ground. I would have wanted to see Ravi Bishnoi ahead of Murugan Ashwin. I mean, that's my opinion. But of course, the team management, Kumble, must have seen something different. And also with PKBS is another fine gentleman, that is Wasim Jafar. I know him personally. He's a no-nonsense man. He believes in cricketing ethics and values. So you'll expect him to go for merit each time.
Yeah.
Here it would be interesting how Murugan Ashwin goes. Looking at the Wankhede pitch, it doesn't turn much and the ground is small. So it would be interesting how KL Rahul uses his bowlers. How does he rotate them? Because he has around 5-6 bowlers. And who all does he use and what time does he use? Let's see. It would be interesting to see that.
Yep. Kanak and Yagnik, thank you so much for joining in. We have others who have also connected, so we would like to take them as well. But thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you after the match as well.
Yep. Thank you for
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So, sir, before we take other callers in, we'll quickly look at the fantasy playing 11 because this is something we always miss out, because our discussions go into some heated arguments at times. So we'll look at the fantasy playing 11 for today. And for the fantasy playing 11, you could have Ben Stokes as your captain. Vice captain will be KL Rahul. Wicket keeper, you have two choices: KL Rahul, Josh Butler, but you could also pick Sanju Samson as a wicket keeper. For the batsman's role, you have Sanju Samson, Mayank Agarwal, Chris Gale, Nicholas Puran. All of these are playing today. Then if you go down, you have Ben Stokes, Chris Morris as your all-rounders. They will fetch you a lot of points. And then talking about the bowlers, you have Ravi Bishnoi, but he's not playing today, so you rather pick Murugan Ashwin here and Jai Richardson, and then you have Shreyas Gopal, who is also playing for Rajasthan today. So this will be our fantasy playing 11. You could always refer to this and pick one. But moving back to our discussion here, so last year there was a pattern being followed by
Kavish has made a good point. He's saying Shah Rukh Khan is playing, not Sarfaraz Khan. Thanks, Kavish. I just
okay, yeah,
got confused with S Khan. Usually it's always Shah Rukh Khan,
Yes.
yeah. So Kavish
sir.
and Arvind, welcome to Dial C for Cricfit. And Kavish, thank you so much for correcting us here. Otherwise, we were in that assumption that it is Sarfaraz
Yeah.
Khan who is playing today. Yeah. So looking at Sanju Samson's performance last season, Arvind, you
Yeah.
watched last season how Rajasthan Royals performed.
Sorry?
Last season, Rajasthan Royals, we saw a pattern being followed. Okay.
Yeah.
They were only performing at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. They
See?
almost lost all their games in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And if you look at Sanju Samson, he scored 375 runs in 14 games, 85 high
Yes.
score, and those all 350s came in those matches in
Sharjah.
Sharjah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, he hasn't scored anything. Like I don't recall anything. So how important is this game for someone like Sanju Samson here?
Yeah, it's very, not only this game, this total season is very important to him because of, upcoming T20 World Cup, right?
Yeah.
So he may be a second wicketkeeper option.
Second wicketkeeper option, but now in the Indian team, we are seeing there's KL Rahul, we have Rishabh Pant, Ishan Kishan. Where do you fit Sanju Samson in now?
I will fit him as a finisher.
Finisher, okay.
Yeah, like 3 down, 4 down in that place.
Okay, we'll take a look at what Kavish thinks as well here. Kavish, what do you think about
I
Sanju
think
Samson playing as
Sanju
a...
Samson should play at 3 or 4 because you can tell him to defend, you can tell him to be aggressive and take on the bowlers. I've seen that he can take on the spinners very well. He can use his leg movement to flip the ball on the leg side. So I really think number 3 or number 4 would be really good for Samson to step on because he can be in any mode to hit or to defend.
Yeah. So this is what Kavish thinks here. But going forward, now we'll take a look at few more other stats that have come into play here. And we'll take a look at these stats. So first of all, the head-to-head record, though it makes no sense to me, but we'll still take a look at it. Rajasthan Royals have an upper hand going into this game here. They have won 12 times compared to Punjab 8 times in the last 13 seasons of the IPL. So this stat normally does not make any sense, as Mikhail sir always says that doing these previews before matches is of there's no point because in the match we end up seeing something else. But Mikhail sir, there's one bowler from Rajasthan Royals who is not playing today, who's about to miss the entire tournament if the reports are true, and that is
Jofra Archer.
So is there going to be a significant impact on the bowling here with Jofra Archer not playing in the entire tournament?
Oh, yes, certainly. You look at the pace attack right now of Rajasthan Royals in that playing 11. I mean, the fastest pacer right now is actually the all-rounder Chris Morris.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody else who can actually clock 130, 140 plus.
Yeah.
Jofra Archer would have been a sure shot X factor in the bowling department who could also lend a lot of depth with the batting. So it has certainly impacted and affected their balance. And moreover, the 4 overs that can actually be a match-winning turning spell.
Yeah.
So I clearly feel Jofra Archer's injury has come as a very big blow to Rajasthan Royals. No doubt about it.
Yeah. And there's this very interesting stat about the death bowling of Rajasthan Royals. In the last 2 seasons, RR were the worst bowling side in death overs, an economy rate of 11.34 in 2019 and 11.60 in 2020, despite the presence of Archer. So with no Archer, is this economy going to rise or is it going to fall? What are your
We'll wait
thoughts on?
for the Unad cut magic now, the off-cutters. That is going to...
Yes.
How we did for RPS?
Yes, right arm fast off spin, sir.
Yeah, but there again, you have to be mentored and guided by a guy like Dhoni behind the stumps, na? So
Yes.
Unad only performed when he had a Dhoni behind the stumps. He's not performed any time else while
Yes.
playing for any other team. So Dhoni has this ability to understand the strength, weakness, and limitations of players and play them accordingly.
Yeah.
Understand that?
Yeah. Kavish and Arvind, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next time now. We have others
Arvind wants
as
to
well.
say
who are
something.
tuning in.
Arvind wants to say something. Finish
Yes,
off, Arvind.
yes, please.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Now say. I had muted him here.
You're still muted.
Arvind, speak now.
No, Arvind, mile sur mera tumhara is not happening.
I think there's some issue here. Arvind and Kavish, will connect with you on a later stage here. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Come tonight on Instagram for a live chat. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
What?
There's a lot of bashing happens over there. We'll be live at 11:30.
Yeah, and sir, we also have Atul Pandey here, one of
Wow.
our regulars, and it's good to hear him also. Every day, I enjoy talking cricket with him. So welcome, Atul. And what do you make of this match here?
Thank you once again. Good evening to both of you.
Good evening.
Well, today is the game of two underachievers. And I think they did a very good job in the auction, picking some very good players. I'm looking forward to see the performance of Riley Meredith and Jai Richardson for their team. And also, I think Rajasthan Royals, definitely the bowling is a bit weak in the absence of Jofra Archer, because you can't get like-for-like replacement of the players like Archer, Bumrah or Rashid Khan. Chris Morris is a good replacement, but still he can't match the likes of Archer.
Not dependable.
Yes. So I think it is a even contest between both the teams. But for today, I think Punjab will do a good performance than Rajasthan, and they will end up winning.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead, sir, please.
No, I was just taking a deep breath. That's about it.
So I would believe that you agree with me, Mikhail sir, on this.
Absolutely. Yeah, Atul, you always come in with a very good perspective and a new dimension. Always. I also feel the odds are tilted slightly in favor of Punjab tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, but,
I was having one question to you, Mikhail sir.
Please.
Do you agree on Ben Stokes and Joss Butler together opening for Rajasthan?
Bad idea, according to me. Bad idea.
Yes.
They both are of the similar mold. I hope you get what I'm saying. They both are attacking batsmen. They both can change the game in an over or so. So I rather space them out and keep one on the top and keep one in the middle. Also increases my depth in the batting, and it'll also give cushion to players following as well. I don't want to have a like-to-like kind of a opening partnership. I need a little bit of a complementing kind of a partnership. So I would honestly be a little surprised to see both Stokes and Butler opening.
Yep.
Yes.
No, Siddharth has come here with the point that it's Manan Vora who's going to open with Joss Butler today, and Ben Stokes will be batting at 3 or 4. So that's
I would want him to come at number 4.
Number 4. And
Yes.
Sanju at 3 for you?
Yeah, Sanju at 3.
Number 3. Yep. Atul, would you open with Sanju, or would you have Manan Vora? What are your thoughts on this?
I would wanted to open with Yashasvi Jaiswal with Joss Butler, but I think he's not playing today. So I think it's okay. I completely agree on Mikhail sir. I think I would also have wanted Ben Stokes at number 4, because look, if Ben Stokes and Butler will open, you will have to rely on the likes of Shivam Dube, Riyan Parag and Rahul Tewatia for the 4, 5 and 6. And that can be a bit risky because they are inexperienced, and you
Correct.
need some experience in the middle order.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Yep. And taking a look at Punjab Kings bowling attack here, they have someone like a Shah Rukh Khan. Now Shah Rukh Khan is someone who bowls 2 different varieties. In Ranji Trophy, I've seen him bowl off spin, but in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, he was bowling medium pace. And medium pace with a lot of variations, somewhat similar to a Hardik Pandya with not that much of a pace. So how much variety can Shah Rukh Khan bring to this side here with his bowling here? The batting credentials, we know how good he is, but with the bowling, he might act as the six bowler for the side here.
See, if you're talking about Shah Rukh Khan, the Bollywood star bringing in variety, I mean, it's going to be 10 on 10. But Shah Rukh Khan, the bowler right now, trust me, in IPL it's no mercy. We've seen a lot of mystery bowlers, careers getting over. Shivil, what is that guy bowler's name? Shivil, that bowler who used to bowl like Paul
Shivil
Adams.
Kaushik. Shivil Kaushik.
He was the
Yeah.
ultimate. And then there was Kariyappa, KC Kariyappa as well.
Yeah.
So let's not add too much of significance to what kind of a mystery variation bowler he is. In IPL, there's no mercy for any kind of bowling. You could be a Jofra Archer, a Pat Cummins, a Jasprit Bumrah, but all you need is a maverick in the middle who will just blow you away. So he'll be on proving grounds. And for all you know, if he gets hit in the first over only with his off spin, he'll be scared to move back to pace. It's going to be very difficult, I feel, for Shah Rukh Khan, but he'll have to back him, and his captain needs to back him with a field that Shah Rukh wants. Listen, I'm being too critical right now, but it's better you throw him into the firing line. It's baptism by fire for him, but that is how it's going to be for Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. We have a few comments here. We are actually on our closing end of our show here, but we'll take a few comments. Siddharth has another question here. Strangely, Rajasthan Royals went with Stokes opening last year and Josh coming in at 4. Mikhail sir, do you think that this season Rajasthan would look to open with Ben Stokes in the future?
I'm fine as far as both of them are not opening together.
Okay,
but just knowing the kind of impact, Stokes has had in the lower middle order for England, I've always been suited to that role for him. But if Butler is coming in at number 4, I'm fine with that. But I just feel Butler as an opener and Stokes as a number 4 with Vora at the opening slot and number 3 Samson, it'll be a top 4 heavy. It'll look really good. Atul, what do you think?
100%. I definitely agree with you on this. Ben Stokes at opening is not good as Joss Butler opening. And Joss Butler can be very good. Definitely, I agree. Ben Stokes can be equally good and in the power plays. And that might not hurt Rajasthan Royals. But I think I would also love to see Ben Stokes opening as compared to...
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so the match is about to begin. Both Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul have walked in their opening today. And the one similarity I see between Punjab Kings and another franchise is that of Royal Challengers Bangalore. The jersey, the helmet, the pads, everything is similar to Royal Challengers Bangalore. So we might as well see, just assume that today it's Rajasthan versus RCB. Atul, if you take a look at the jerseys, it's an exact replica of Royal Challengers Bangalore from 4 or 5 years back, with those golden pads, golden helmet, and red jerseys. It's like
that means it will be difficult to differentiate between both the teams when they face off against each other.
Yeah, I really hope that there's a home and away jersey.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, please.
It's going to be Ramesh Suresh.
Yeah.
But the best part about PKBS right now, you spoke about the Bangalore jersey, and coincidentally, 2 Bangaloreans are opening the innings at this point in time for PKBS. Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul.
And one down, you have Chris Gayle, who has played for RCB in the past, and he has done really well. So,
all RCB fans, he Sala Cup Namde. You can say it again.
Yep. Atul, give your final pick for today: Rajasthan Royals or Punjab Kings?
Punjab Kings. I've already said it.
Punjab Kings, sir.
I'm with Atul.
Punjab Kings. Okay. Okay. I'll go with Rajasthan then. Thoda alag hona chahiye yahan pe. So we'll wrap up this show, and sir and Atul, both of you, I'll see you during the aftermatch show on Instagram Live. We will be back there, and we'll see what all different things we could add there. What happens in the match there. So Atul and Mikhail sir, see you, and we'll now go and enjoy the match here.
Yeah. Thank you, Atul.